Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Worldcoin Talks Twitter Spaces. Today we have joining us Cobra from Floki. Super excited to have him here to talk about the Floki ecosystem and what's been happening there. So like I say, I'm Glenn, your host, and today we have joining us Cobra from Floki. So maybe if we can start with a bit of your background and experience with crypto, Cobra, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Thank you guys so much for having me, first off, and for inviting Floki in to tell you a little bit about our story today because we're really excited about it. My background is that I was in traditional banking for almost 2 decades, and I was able to get out back in 2019, and since then I got deeper and deeper into cryptocurrency, and of course we all know what happened in 2020 with COVID and the lockdowns, and people took to the crypto markets. We had Doge, of course, and Shiba, and then Floki came along, and I just got involved. That's the easiest way to explain it. I was a member of the Floki community. I have been for almost a year now, over 11 months, and I started to spend a little bit more time in Telegram, and I started to pay a little bit more attention to what was going on with the project. And one thing led to another, and here we are. Now I spend most of my days and my nights trying to help out Floki, trying to promote the mission of Floki, which is to become the most known cryptocurrency in the world. And I just couldn't be more excited to be here today. So thank you again for having us.
Awesome, Cobra. Yeah, I mean, we might have some new investors in the Twitter spaces today that have not um, been around crypto for very long. So maybe if we could just start with the backstory of Floki, how it became so huge and what happened from the beginning onwards.
Yeah, man, you opened a can of worms here, so let's talk about it, and feel free to jump in and ask anything if I miss something, or if I say something that piques your interest. But Floki started on June 25th of 2021, and 2 weeks in, the first dev rug pulled the Floki holders, all of us. I wasn't there for V1, luckily. The V2 dev, actually, within that first 48 hours that he was brought in to fix the mess that the V1 dev had made, he ran away with $500,000 in liquidity. So within a period of just a couple days, the Floki community was devastated, not once but twice. At that time, the core team of Floki, which includes B, Saber, Mr. Brownwell, Jackie. We've got Lintern, who is very deeply involved in the project as well. These people stepped up from the community, and they funded liquidity with their own money, and they made everybody whole. They made all the V1 holders of Floki whole. They gave them their money back. They airdropped them tokens out of their own pocket. That's when Floki was born. It's an incredible community that's unlike any other, that has a mission that involves our community, of course. It involves the incredible utility, which we'll get to talk about today, and also the charity work that we do, which cannot go unnoticed. So Floki was born in the blood, man. We are brothers and we are sisters in the Viking community. We've seen some things. We've been through hell and back together, and that's what made Floki. And I don't think it can be imitated. I don't think anybody could ever recreate what Floki is. There's been thousands. I don't know if it's thousands, but I know it's hundreds. You can even go on to CMC CoinMarketCap and look of imitators, people that have tried to be XYZ Floki or Floki this or Floki that, and there's only one, man. There's only one Floki. There only ever will be one Floki, and we're just really proud of what we're doing, and we're happy and excited for the future.
Okay, great, Cobra. Yeah, let's start with the charity before we go into the Floki ecosystem. You've been doing amazing things, the team and community at Floki with charity lately. If you could just go into some details, what's been happening there?
Yeah, so I mean, it all started out that way from the get-go, really. So actually, yesterday was a huge day for Floki. It was the birthday of our Flokitar NFT collection. It was also the birthday of Kimball Musk, Elon Musk's brother. So one of the very first things that we did in Floki was kick off our Flokitar NFT collection, which has utility in our Metaverse game Valhalla, which we'll talk about In 32 minutes, that collection of 10,000 NFTs sold out. We raised $1.4 million in that sale, and we donated every single dime to the Million Gardens movement, which is Kimball Musk's charity for sustainable food growth. From there, we didn't stop. We had an incredible run through last October and November. As a lot of people may remember, Floki's market cap got up over 3.5 billion actually at one point. And we had a lot of money coming into our treasury from this extreme, incredible volume that we had. It was over 100 million, over 200 million a day, some days. And at that time, the core team had a meeting and they decided that they wanted to take their personal values, their beliefs that we can make real world change, right? That cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology could be used to make lives better. That it wasn't about a Lamborghini, it wasn't about Wind Moon, it wasn't about jumping around from project to project and rug pulls and all the things that we see in this space. What they decided is that Floki would build a school, a state-of-the-art learning facility in every continent and every underserved nation in the world. Very proud to say that today, I think they made that announcement in October, beginning in November. We talked about our partnership with Pencils of Promise. We have now built schools in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Guatemala, and in Laos. These schools impact the lives of tens of thousands of students, hundreds of thousands of community members, and for generations to come. And it's not just about the schools. It's about the boreholes that are dug there that give the people water to drink. It's about the computer labs that give the children internet to use. It's about clean bathrooms. In Guatemala, we just finished this school, and the students and the teachers didn't even have bathrooms to use at their school. And the plaques don't say anything fancy on the front. They say, buy Floki for the community, or for the people. I'm sorry. That's what it says, buy Floki for the people. That's it. I mean, we can use this technology. We can't take our tokens with us when we go, right? And even if we all quote unquote make it, what is making it, right? Because there's education inequity, there's socioeconomic inequity, there's racial inequity across the world, and Floki has made it its mission to make sure that as we build this organization, as we grow into that role of being a global brand and a cryptocurrency that everybody knows and loves, that we do something that makes a difference. And I hope we're doing that. I think we're doing that. It's really impactful every time we announce another one of these schools being completed, and it's just yeah, man, it makes me emotional. I don't know. It's exciting stuff.
That's really awesome, Cobra. And was it like, I wonder how it was decided about the 10,000 NFTs and it all ended up going to charity? Was it the team? Was it the community took a vote on it? How did it come about?
So our DAO wasn't in place at that time. So it was the core team's leadership that led to all of that drew this mission. And then, of course, you guys know how communities go in cryptocurrency, right? You kind of get drawn into the communities that hold the same values as you, or that have utilities that you believe in. And that was it, man. This community just started to build around that momentum and that spirit. That real world change is something that can actually be done in crypto if you really just drop all the BS and you just focus on what can we do to make a difference. And that's how people like me ended up here, to be honest. So I actually had bought the Floki token and just thought nothing of it. I was in Doge early, I was in Shiba early, and like I said, I came from traditional banking, and to be honest, I did not like what I saw in this crypto space. I saw a whole bunch of projects that claimed to have utility or that claimed to be one thing, when to me it was pretty clear that they were just money grabs. They were out there to pump with hype. They were out there to do one and done marketing stunts, to do a lot of things to shine a light on their project in order to pump the price so that the devs and the people that got in early, right? Be early. We're so early. So that those people could essentially dump on the community or pull the rug or or get away, right? To get rich quick. And we all saw that, man, and that's where we're kind of at today, right? Because in 2021 we saw some incredible, insane pumps in crypto, and every token in the world pumped, through October, November of last year to all time highs or near that. And to be honest, I was about to leave crypto. And then the Pencils of Promise announcement came out that these guys were going to build a school in every continent, in every country. And I thought, no way, man, not a meme coin. Like, this is a joke, just the next scam, right? And I actually picked up the phone and I called Pencils of Promise in New York. And I got a representative there. Talk about do your own research, right? We talk about that in the space all the time. And I said, "Hey, are these guys legit?" And the young lady that I spoke to there said, "Yeah, these guys are really doing it." And that was kind of my light bulb Floki moment that this was something different.
Awesome, Cobra. Yeah, we've been in the bear market. November was the top, like you said, and then it's quieter now. So I imagine the team and the community, with the massive ecosystem you're building with Floki, it was time to reflect and build for the next bull market. Is that what you've been doing?
Yep, that's it, man. I mean, that's it. So we were very fortunate through the bull market to have a lot of money in the treasury, to do the things that we're doing, to build Valhalla, to build Flokify now, the first major DeFi utility suite that Floki will build, and we've got the first utility coming out very, very soon, which we're excited about. And that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, these projects out here, everything that you're invested in, to the folks that are listening, it's all going to come back to fundamentals. It's all going to come back to utility, real utility, and that's what we're building. We believe wholeheartedly that Valhalla will become a viral sensation that millions of people around the world will play and love, because it's a great video game, because it's an incredible video game. And oh, by the way, as you play it, you're able to earn some income, and it's not just through giving away tokens, it's through a balanced economy. We believe that through utility like Flokify Locker that we've built that will be on mainnet. Don't blink. I'm wondering right now if it's going to launch while I'm on this call. Actually, that's how close we are. You can go to the testnet site now and see that, and you can see transactions happening. So Flokify Locker is the first utility call in Flokify, which will allow projects around the world, any project that you're in, if they haven't locked their liquidity yet, they can do that in the Flokify Locker. They can do it in creative ways. They can lock multiple assets. What it does for Floki is it puts money directly into our treasury. So very soon here, by the end of this month, guaranteed, 1,000%. Very, very soon, we will have a product that's putting revenue into the Floki treasury and also burning Floki tokens. So 25% of the fee income from Flokify burns Floki tokens. So what do you get there? Then you have a DAO, which is what Floki is. We have a DAO contract, and that transition will happen. And in Q4, we will begin to transition into a full DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization that has a treasury, that has money coming into it from games like Valhalla, which you can see and play right now, from utility like Flokify, which you can see right now and see the tokens come into the treasury and see the burns happen with the Floki token. And that's when you go from a meme to a dream, I think was something that somebody called one of our spaces. But that's it, man. We're not a meme coin anymore. We're from meme to utility. Floki has it all, and we've got revenue streams, and we've got utility that people will use. And yeah, man, that's it. I see a future for Floki that isn't next bull run. It's 3 bull runs from now, 5 bull runs from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now. I just can't. I can't wait to see what this community is able to accomplish.
Awesome, Cobra. Yeah, I mean, the Flokify Locker got me really excited. I saw the bigger picture with the burn, and we're in a bear market. It's going to improve the price on Floki going all the way, into the next bull market. So that's super exciting. And then the long-term goal is to remove the 3% transaction tax as well, because you'll have 75% of the Floki Locker charges going back into the treasury.
Yeah, man, that's it exactly. I'll try to explain it in layman's terms for the folks that are listening. anytime a project locks, if you're new to crypto, I'm gonna explain it like you're 5 because I'm 5, and this is how I had to have it explained to me. So when projects launch, they have a liquidity pool, and that's what the token trades against. So whatever DEX, whatever decentralized exchange they launch on, be it Uniswap or PancakeSwap or wherever they decide to launch, could be a SEX too, but they have a liquidity pool. Now, when people get rug pulled via liquidity pool, what happens is the team has access to that liquidity, has access to those tokens. And when it gets to be a large amount of money or whatever they deem to be too tempting, right? If it's too much money for them to bat an eye at anymore, they pull the rug. That's what happened to Floki the first time, right? That dev pulled the liquidity out, ran away from the token, and everything that you hold goes to zero. You've been rug pulled. We've all been there before in this space, unfortunately. So what FlokiFi Locker aims to do is make it popular and easy for projects to lock that up and to lock it up for long periods of time if they deem fit. So the Floki liquidity is locked for 265 years with a competitor, actually, because we didn't have FlokiFi Locker when we locked ours. 265 years, our liquidity pools are locked. You can go right out there on the blockchain. You can look at it. And even if I got hit by a car tomorrow, the core team, it doesn't matter what happens, Floki will have a liquidity pool. So we want to provide that to other people in the space. We want to make the space safer. We want to make the space more innovative, because this locker isn't just a liquidity locker. It's the most innovative locker in the world. It allows you to lock ERC 1155 tokens, which no other locker in the world does. And that has huge implication for people that are building video games. It allows you to lock NFTs as well, not just your liquidity pool tokens, but NFTs and NFT batches. So projects could potentially use that technology to control how many NFTs they have locked up. It allows you to earn a little revenue if you want to be a referral partner, and we've announced some big ones. People like Trader Joe's, dexes like Cherry Swap, the #1 dex on OKX chain, the KuCoin chain. We're going to launch there. We're actually launching on Doge chain as well. We're partnering with not just 10, not just 20, not just 50, eventually hundreds of decentralized exchange partners and launch pads and coin tracking apps that will refer new projects into the FlokiFi Locker. And if you go to the Floki main Twitter account, you can see all these that we're announcing. We've announced like 15 in the last month alone. These folks will be saying, hey, if you're going to do business with us, if you're going to launch on our decentralized exchange, if you're going to launch on ApeSwap, that's another one that we've got, then we would recommend that you lock your liquidity, and we would recommend that you do that with the Floki Locker. And that's it. So FlokiFi is it's an umbrella name for this ecosystem that we're building. Let me make it really clear. There's going to be a lot more innovative and exciting protocols that people will love to use, that are easy to use, that the average everyday investor can understand, and that's where we're going with this. So really excited. When mainnet is our favorite question right now in the Floki Telegram. Mainnet soon, guys. It's promised to us from B, our core strategist, and the project lead on FlokiFi Locker. It's promised to us this month. This team always delivers. So this month we should see a live FlokiFi Locker, making the space a little bit safer and locking up liquidity. Every time that happens, it's simple. Anytime somebody locks up their LP tokens with us, we earn 0.5%. So currently, there's about $90 billion in total assets locked in lockers like this across the space. Let's say that over the next 3, 5, 10 years, Floki gets $10 billion locked up in our locker. Well, at 0.5%, going directly to the Treasury. That doesn't include, by the way, the referral fee. So I'm backing that out. This is worst case scenario. We would make $50 million to the Floki Treasury. And that money would go to developing Valhalla, developing more protocols, obviously covering operational costs, all the things that you need to do as a business. And that's where the rubber meets the road. So we're really excited to have a real utility, right? To have a balance sheet, to be able to show the people and the exchanges and everybody out there that, look, man, Floki can stand on its own 2 feet.
Awesome, Cobra. Yeah, super exciting. And there's all sorts of super exciting about Floki. You've also got the Floki Places that's coming soon. That's the NFT and merchandise store. What's happening there?
Yeah, man. Have you seen any of it? Have you seen any of the leaks coming out from there?
No, well, the next thing I want to go on to is Valhalla. I've been looking at the leaks there. That's super exciting as well. But
Yeah, so Saber is our head of marketing. Anybody that doesn't know Saber ought to get to know him. He's this incredible marketing genius that is, he's a Londoner. I can share that much. You guys can hear that whenever he speaks. But he's had several very, very successful businesses in real life, as have all the core team members, to be honest, of Floki. We're backed by some people that know what they're doing. So Saber is actually in charge of Floki Place's merch store, which Floki Places eventually will be an NFT marketplace, a merch store, a lot of things. But we've been seeing these merch leaks come out, and actually just yesterday he showed a test transaction of Floki merchandise, by the way, which was branded as Floki. The tag on the shirt said Floki. It didn't say Joe Schmo's T-shirt shop. It said Floki, had a Floki on the front of it, right? We've seen plush toys come out, like what you see with Pokemon and things like that, of the Floki mascot, right? Floki, the little pup, the Shiba Inu pup that wears Viking gear. We've seen plushies of that, and this test transaction sent it to Sao Paulo, Brazil. We know that it's going to be available in the U.S. We know that it's going to be available in the U.K. Saber does not go small. So Saber's the guy that put the Floki logo on the F1 race cars that you see in Alfa Romeo for this entire season. Floki logos out there on the race cars in F1. Floki logo was on 8 international football clubs kits last year. That includes Bayer Leverkusen, Napoli, Twente, Fenerbahce in Turkey, 2 clubs in India, uh, some big names. These aren't just little soccer clubs. We're talking about Serie A and incredible stuff. We're talking about the TV ads that you saw in the United States and Turkey. That was Saber that did all that. So he has an affinity for bold strategy and bold marketing moves. He's the guy that's behind this merch store. He says it'll be ready by Christmas. That with cryptocurrency, you'll be able to buy your Floki swag, and man, I'm excited. I can't wait to see. I've got a fund set aside already for Christmas shopping with Floki tokens, because we've got some shopping partnerships as well, and I know now that money will all go to the Floki merch store. So Floki Places is coming as well in Q4, and it's exciting.
awesome, Cobra. Yeah, I was looking at the Formula One sponsorship with Alfa Romeo. I was wondering if the team's going to go out there, with some of the merch on for some of the live racing events, or if there's tickets to be given away to the community as well.
Tickets to the community, I don't know about. I know that a few folks from our community have made it to a few races, and you'll see those photos out on Twitter. Our community is incredible. You guys see us out here on Twitter. I see a bunch of the people in the space right now. I see Roman, who's like the OG of OG, and Doc Flokiwood and JP Lip. I'm just looking. Ron, one of our mods, and Asneg. I'm just looking at the names that I recognize in the top of the crowd here, and me, right? If you look at my Twitter, dude, I'm a boomer, man. I'm in my 40s. I never even had a Twitter before or a Telegram before I came to Floki. And you see us out here promoting this stuff, right? Pushing Floki because we believe in the product. So to answer your question, will Floki merch be in F1 racing? I know that it will be in the stands for sure. I can't speak to what Saber's got up his sleeve, but I know that we did sponsor the Alfa Romeo esports team, Sauber Esports, this year as well, which is an EA Sports F1 racing game, and esports is huge across the world now. So we've got drivers that drive virtually as well. So, man, I mean, this Floki merch is going to be everywhere. You're going to see it in the grocery stores. You're going to see it in the stands at football games. You're going to see it in the stands at F1 racing. Who knows? Tyson Fury is a Floki Viking. He's an ambassador of our brand, the heavyweight champ, man, the Gypsy King. Who knows if we'll see him in a Floki shirt somewhere, or a Floki hat, Floki hoodie? Who knows, man? I can't speak to anything other than Saber says we're taking over London again very soon. So I would imagine in the coming months, we're taking over London again with our ads. These ads will be Valhalla focused, And once the merch comes out and he's got that tool in his hands to continue to grow the Floki brand, Katie barred the door, man. It's coming. Floki's coming. So
That's great, Cobra. And let's go into Valhalla. It's an open world metaverse. It's coming along now. We're getting lots of leaks. I've been seeing some amazing videos in game and super exciting. You've got cross chain NFTs to bring your own NFTs into Valhalla in the future. So that's super exciting to bring more investors in and other. Yeah, I'm wondering if you're going to be a bit like Sandbox, where you're going to have communities inside the metaverse in the future as well, and how the sort of gameplay plays out and how you can interact with the open world in Valhalla.
yeah, that's a great question, man, and I'm glad you brought that up. I don't know. I know as much as you know, by the way, about those leaks. So I think the leaks you're talking about, we saw on Meebits. So Yuga Labs owns Meebits. They also own Board Ape Yacht Club. We also saw a CyberKongz NFT, and all it was a quick clip of the open world and our devs who have a lot of fun while they're building this game. They showed an early block out of these other 3D NFTs in our world in Valhalla, right? I don't know what that'll look like. I know that it's possible because we've seen it. Those weren't fake NFTs. Those are real Meebits and real CyberKongs that are inside of the metaverse there. So it opens up this can of worms, this huge thought, this idea that you could take your digital identity from one metaverse to the next, right? That maybe you could take your avatar or your NFT from one place to another, and maybe it could carry value across from one place to another. But I want to make something really clear about Sandbox. You mentioned that this is not Sandbox. It is not Decentraland. It is not Axie Infinity. It's actually been ranked above those games in just its alpha version. We're right with them in publications like NASDAQ, BSC News, BSC Daily. We see all of these publications that rank the top metaverse tokens, and Floki is now cracking into the top 3 or the top 5 in every conversation. And that is because it's different. It's not just a place to hang out. It's not some place where you're going to go to a concert probably with your buddies or go shopping in a shopping mall in the traditional sense. In the beginning, of course. It's a video game. It's a video game that's made to be fun. It's built off of all the video games that you guys have loved and played your entire lives. Games like, I mean, you name it. There's Animal Crossing, Pokemon. There's elements of all that. Skyrim, League of Legends. All of that is built into this game, and it's an open world where you can play in a clan. It's all built on the blockchain. You'll have a clan of 30 people to start out that you can play the game with your friends. You can go raid other people's territory as a group. You can go take over other people's territory within the game, which would have some value. You can capture your critters, which are called Vera, out in the open world. You can train them in the battle arena, which we've seen a lot of lately. Please check out those leaks. Just today, the lead game dev, Mr. Brownwell, popped into the Telegram unexpected and showed us it was actually the third day in a row that he's done this, but we've seen player versus player action in that battle arena for the first time these last few days, where you're going to be able to challenge your buddy. You're going to be able to say, hey, man, I've got a critter that I caught in Valhalla. I think my critter is stronger than your critter. I think that my brain is smarter than yours. And I challenge you to a battle in that Valhalla battle arena. And we're going to be able to beat each other's brains in and have a great time doing it, which is fun and addictive, right? And then you'll be able to go out and do all those things in the open world, including farming resources. If you're not into raiding, if you're not into battle arena, you can sit tight. You can grow crops or resources within Valhalla that will be valuable to the other players that are doing all these things in the ecosystem. And if you work a 9 to 5, that's fine. You can check in at the end of the day and do your bits inside the game, and you'll be able to earn some money with the NFTs and the activities that you create in the game in Valhalla. So finally, there will be a game here in the space with a balanced economy that's not just focused on giving out tokens, that's not just focused on guilds coming in and exploiting the game for as many tokens as they can. We're talking about a real game here, something like a Fortnite or a Grand Theft Auto in the open world with missions and quests and teamwork and things that you can do. And everything in the game is stored on the blockchain. So if you find a fancy sword or a helmet or a shield and that's yours. It goes into your MetaMask wallet, and you get to hold it. And as you do the things that you do in the game, it becomes more rare, more powerful. Other people should want that, right? And the real goal of Valhalla, all the way back to make it full circle back to the schools that we build and the charity that we do. The aim of Valhalla is for everybody in the world to have a chance to earn a living, especially in underserved countries, by playing a video game. There's not going to be some crazy barrier to entry. So those NFTs that you've seen, you don't have to buy those to play the game. We're talking about a few bucks of Floki tokens to get into the game, to build your character, and off you go. And you can play it right now. You can go to Valhalla.game and check it out. You can come into our Telegram and we'll show you how to get into the game. It's there. It's there for everybody to play and see in the alpha version.
That's great, Cobra. And are you going to have it on iOS or Android, or is it going to be web based? And you've got island deeds as well. What's going to be happening with the island deeds? How can investors get involved buying a stake in the Valhalla metaverse?
Yeah, so there won't be land sales in the traditional sense, I think, that a lot of people are thinking of. Once again, crypto's a dirty space, as we all know, and a lot of times these land sales aren't even done in the native token. They're done in order to raise a whole bunch of money for a game that you can't even play yet, to be quite honest, in most cases. So I don't know those exact mechanics. What I can tell you is that we have AMAs every other Monday on the Floki Twitter account, and you can speak to the devs directly and ask that question, because Island Deeds right now is one of those little nuggets that's written into this huge ecosystem, this huge economy that will be Valhalla, that will be Valhalla. And it sounds like to me, like, and this is all speculation, by the way. I'm not on the Valhalla dev team, and what they do behind closed doors is it's top secret because it's blockchain technology and mechanics that have never been done before. Like there's never been a clan system built on chain. There's never been a game where you could mint the NFTs the way that you can in Valhalla. So I don't want to talk around that question. What I want to say is that there will be a way that you can have a space in Valhalla that is yours that you can do cool stuff with. So you might be able to have a house there where you can showcase all the cool stuff that you've earned in the game. You might be able to have an area for your clan where you guys can hang out and meet and plan your raids, etc. There might be island deeds, which you mentioned. That's just something that's on our roadmap there that we know we'll get to see in Q4. So Q4, guys, this isn't some game. It sounds crazy, right? It's been over a year in development. You can play it now. The open world concept will be introduced in Q4 of this year. So by the time the new year comes, you'll be able to explore the open world in Valhalla. You'll be able to know what those island deeds are, because island deeds, esports, NFT characters and critters, all of these things will be available in the open world, at least on testnet, here this year. So.
Awesome, Cobra. And how's the Floki University going? You're educating new investors, intermediate and advanced courses. As we go more mainstream, I imagine, people will be able to use the Floki University resources more.
Yeah, man, you dug that one up on me, and I'm glad you asked that one. So we had our successful beta launch in May. We had live classrooms. I taught there. You can go out there somewhere probably and find some leaks. We had over 300 students register for classes in the University of Floki within like the first 10 minutes or something ridiculous. We actually had to close registration because it was just a beta. We just had a couple weeks of classes, and that's it, man. It's about bringing people into the space. It's about educating people in this space. It's all part of the Floki, mission, the vision to build something bigger than, right? To build, everybody has an education platform now where you can earn NFTs and blah, 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 and do things in there. And this is really focused on spreading knowledge, on bringing in investors from square one, people like me. Like, I mean, shoot, I knew Bitcoin and Ethereum from way back, and owned a little bit, but I didn't know anything about this space until Doge happened. If I'm honest, that's when I got into the decentralized world of crypto, and it's a dangerous place, right? So the focus there will be things like security, basic blockchain technology, and then as it builds up over time, we'll have more advanced courses and different ways to learn, that we could even tie into our ecosystem. I don't know how that'll look down the road, but I think you're able to see pretty clearly what the map is. I hope of Floki, which is Valhalla, the play to earn NFT metaverse, right? Which is a video game, but you can get in it and do stuff. And then FlokiFi, the DeFi utility, which will also be used inside the game, highly likely. And then the University of Floki, where you can learn about all this stuff. So that's it, man. The University of Floki is coming. It's on the roadmap for Q4. We should have some materials out there for newbies in the space to be able to learn about crypto and hopefully become a little bit smarter, so they don't get hacked like I did, or they don't get rug pulled like the Floki community did. I mean, come on, man. It's the wild west out here right now, and we need smarter investors and safer places for people to put their money.
True, Cobra, definitely. And you've got DeFi staking and farming. So, as a new investor into the Floki ecosystem, how can I get involved in that? How does it work for investors?
Yeah, so we offered staking and lending actually on our last contract with Inverse Finance, and we did a contract upgrade this January. When we did that, that partnership stopped. So since January, we've been working on DeFi staking and lending. We've been working on an in-house solution for Floki staking, which is on a roadmap. This roadmap that I talk about is just through the end of 2022. So I would just say stay tuned. First, you're going to see FlokiFi Locker go live. That'll happen in the next handful of days, and then the next thing on the docket will be staking. When staking is a popular question, but you will be able to stake your Floki tokens probably in multiple places. Hopefully, we'll create some competition for yields on that. And yeah, stay tuned. Just stay tuned. It's coming.
Okay, awesome. And you're planning a Floki debit card as well in quarter four 2022. I'm wondering what's happening with the Floki debit card.
Yeah, man. So that's an ecosystem. People love to kick that word around, ecosystem, right? They love to say we've got an ecosystem or we're building utility. So we have to find a way. So we're going to have Valhalla, the flagship utility, where people are going to be able to earn Floki tokens, right? And NFTs and a host of other things. You're going to be able to do that in our video game. Now, how do you convert that, right? Like I said, one of the goals of Valhalla is to make it possible for people around the world to earn a living, to actually earn a living, to put real hard-earned dollars in their pocket from the activity that they have in Valhalla, from putting in that effort. Well, it only makes sense that we have a debit card, and that's coming. We're already in talks with those partners. That's on the map for Q4. There are some NFTs out there, the Genesis NFTs, which were gifted to our V1 holders that got rugged. The Gemstone NFTs, which were gifted to the people that bought early on our newest contract in January. Those folks will have early access to this Floki debit card. And what it is, man, is it's a debit card like you guys have in your pocket right now today, and it will allow you to spend your Floki tokens every place that you can use Visa or MasterCard. I don't know which brand it'll be yet, but I would bet dollars to donuts it's going to be a Visa or a MasterCard, and those are accepted, as you guys know, worldwide in just about every place that you can think of now. And it will take the hassle out of the Web3 part of the decentralized part of crypto, which is how do I sell my cryptocurrency? How do I convert it into cash? How do I make my car payment with it? How do I go to the grocery store and buy a gallon of milk? How do I buy clothes in the merch store to have my Floki gear? How do I put clothes on my kids' backs? All of those things. So yeah, there'll be a Floki debit card out there, which is super cool because it allows you to use the Floki token. You don't have to sell your whole bag if you need something that's $20 and you don't want to sell $100 worth of Floki and transfer it out to your bank account, turn it into USDT, go through an exchange, do all those things that you can do that you have to do. You can do that with the Floki debit card.
Okay, awesome, Cobra. And you're going to initiate the full DAO as well in the Q4. It must have got the community super excited. I'm wondering what type of DAO you've chose to implement and how it works for voting rights.
Yeah, so we've already had about half a dozen, don't quote me on that, around half a dozen successful votes. We voted to send a whole bunch of tokens back to the Valhalla treasury that we had in excess. We voted to renounce the blacklist function in the contract and renounce the contract. So the Floki contract is fully renounced now. And that was, DAO votes that did these things. And it's going to continue down that path. What the team's goal is to build a structure, a legal structure that will protect the DAO and protect the Floki community for many, many, many years to come. And that's it. A DAO has to have some structure, and that's all being put in place right now. To where when this transition begins, that's important to note that we're not going to be a full DAO on Christmas Day. It'll be a transition, right, in phases that eventually everybody in the community will be able to bring up proposals, which in some way will be approved by the DAO, and the DAO will choose where funds go for. I see Saber lurking in here now to help him with his marketing efforts. The DAO will be able to choose a lot of things. So that's it, man. That's the dream of decentralization. It's about putting the power in the people's hands, right? And about taking it away from the banks and the venture capitalists and the people that have held us down for all these years. So it's really, really cool to be on the cutting edge with an actual DAO contract that's in place right now. We could hold a vote today if we wanted that Cobra never does another AMA. And if they vote with their tokens and decide that to be true, then I will gladly never do one again. So that's it, man. That's what a DAO is. Everybody's got a voice. All you got to do is hold the tokens. The Floki token will be the governance token of the DAO, and that has some utility in itself, I think.
Awesome, Cobra. And yeah, we've talked a bit about marketing. You've got Formula One sponsorship this year, the 222 of Alfa Romeo. That's amazing. And you're going to do London campaign. I think it's the second campaign as well for Floki in that area. Just wondering on the marketing side for the next quarter, what's happening with the Floki for the community and team?
The market, well, Saber's in here right now. He may even pop in and request. If he does, that's fine. Or he may be, it's late where he is, so he may be eating dinner. But so Valhalla ads that will take over London very, very soon. Actually, it's our third visit back. So you guys probably remember Miss Doge Get Floki. That was the original slogan that was in London. It caused a little bit of a stir, and some people got their cackles up, but Floki doesn't stop. We came back with Floki doesn't do politics, we do ecosystems. That was in the tube and all over the public transit buses all over London. And this campaign will be Valhalla focused, obviously, because Valhalla is coming. It's coming in Q4, and we want everybody to know about this incredibly fun video game. I don't know what the slogan will be. I know that in the past we used "Live in your world, play in ours." But I'm just excited to see what that Tiger Saber comes up with there. We've done this kind of stuff not just in London. We've done it in 14 or more major cities. So we had Heathrow Airport, we had Dubai Airport, we had ads in Sydney, we had ads in India in their airports and on billboards. We had ads in Dublin, I believe, all over the world. We've had the strategic, mathematical, methodical way of building the Floki brand, and that's what it's all about. So we don't telegraph our marketing moves. They always come up in good time. The next one on the map here is the Valhalla ads in London, and who knows? I mean, the guy, he got us into F1 racing. He got us those 8 global football clubs, and he's going to have a tool like Flokify Locker that's putting money into the Floki treasury, which the DAO will have the ability eventually to vote on and say this is where that money goes. And when you give the checkbook to Saber, he's able to get a lot of bang for our buck. That's something that's important to mention. You know, we were on TV in the United States and Turkey for 90 days. We had a 30-second ad, a 15-second ad for 30 days, I think, and a 40-second ad for 60 days. And all these football clubs and the F1 and all that stuff. And we got all of that for pennies on the dollar, as compared to the other people that you see in F1 racing, for instance. The other people in F1 racing right now, Binance, FTX, OKX, are they in there? I don't even know if OKX is, but I know the FTX, Binance, they're all exchanges. They're all the big boys that are spending hundreds of millions, if not billions, of dollars in marketing, and we haven't spent close to that. And a lot of people know who Floki are. The the plan for this year, including all of that, the esports that I mentioned earlier, F1, all that, Floki should reach 3 billion plus impressions, 3 billion plus sets of eyeballs that will see that Floki logo or that website somewhere in their day-to-day lives. So, yeah, man, we're out there. We're out there marketing.
Okay, awesome, Cobra. And has the Floki cross-chain bridge been finished? You've got the Floki tokens where they can go from the ETH chain to the BS chain and vice versa.
Yeah, no, not yet, and that's going to happen too. So we were able to do that before. There was a bug in that bridge, and our brilliant blockchain dev Jackie, who's doing the stuff for Valhalla, he built the Floki-Fi protocols from scratch. He spotted it, so he caught a caught a he caught a curveball that was really, really important. A lot of people might not know, but I mean, Vitalik has said that the biggest threat to crypto, Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, the biggest threat to crypto is bridges, because there are tens of millions of dollars that are exploited in bridges, daily, weekly, monthly. It's insane. So what Floki is doing right now is finding a new bridge partner, that will be announced very, very soon once we have that that cemented with them. And yeah, that's what a bridge does. It's nothing flashy. It just allows you to turn your BSC Floki into Ethereum Floki, your Ethereum Floki into BSC Floki. We have a supply on each chain. We're a multi-chain token, and the bridge will let you swap back and forth whenever we announce the new one.
Awesome, Cobra. Yeah, so if there's anything we've missed, I mean, there's lots to go through. We could talk for hours about the Floki ecosystem. If there's anything, yeah, you'd like to bring up to everyone that's on the Twitch Spaces today.
Oh man. Well, we talked about the charity, right? We talked about the Floki-Fi locker and the fee income that we'll be earning there. We talked about Valhalla. We talked about marketing. We talked about the University of Floki. I'm just going through my checklist here. You know, one thing that we didn't talk about that I think really deserves mentioning, and I kind of alluded to it when I named some folks off, but the community of Floki. Floki is a community-driven organization, token, and it can't be duplicated. I need to reemphasize that. It can't be replicated. What happened, how we were born, the crap that we've had to go through, quite honestly, as an organization, the FUD, the amount of other projects out there that have tried to hold Floki down, the amount of bad actors that have tried to hold Floki down through rug pulls and everything else. And I would just say that this community is freaking amazing. It is resilient. It is a family. It's there's just nothing like it in crypto. There's really not. One of our clans in Valhalla has 2 baby boys that have been born just within the last couple months, and those baby boys' photos are floating around with Viking helmets on them. Right? We stick a Viking helmet on everybody. I can see Maria right now in the crowd, and there's her photo with a Viking helmet, or Naz has got a Viking helmet. JP Lib, everybody, I've got a Viking helmet on my logo here. Right? The Floki Vikings, the Floki DAO is a movement, man. It's the people's cryptocurrency, and we're here not to participate, but to take over. We're disruptive. Valhalla will be disruptive. That's the best word I can use. It will change the way that people think about video games that are built on the blockchain. FlokiFi's DeFi protocols will be disruptive in that they'll be built with the average user in mind and easy to use, and they'll be pumped out to the mainstream with this incredible marketing that we do. We're here to kick butt and take names, man, and we're here every day doing it. The bull market and the bear market do not matter to Floki, and if you think they do, please come to our Telegram, t.me/Floki Inu token. I don't care to drop that shill here because it is unlike any place that you've been in crypto. If you're in Telegram chats right now, or Discord, by the way, our Discord is great too. If you're in chats right now, and whatever social media that is, and whatever token it is that you hold, whatever project it is that you believe in, and you haven't tried out Floki, come give it a crack, man. Because you'll see Saber in there, you'll see me in there, like way too much. You'll see Mr. Brownwell come in today and played the video game for everybody to see. We got an exclusive leak of Valhalla today in our Telegram channel because the devs were working on it. They're all in an office together. They all work on the game together day in and day out. They drop leaks in there constantly. We're a family. Floki is family, and that's the only way that you're able to go through all the things that we went through and come out on top. And we're just getting started, man. We are just getting started.
Awesome, Cobra. And like you say, the NFT Genesis ones that were given away to original investors from the rug pull. So you've got the community from the original start, you know, and it's just building and building. So the main community area is Telegram, and then you've got Discord as well if people aren't on Telegram to join the community. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got TikTok, we've got Reddit, we've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, we've got YouTube. If you go to the Floki main Twitter account, it's at Real Floki Inu. It's got 365,000. By the way, at the beginning of the bear market, we had like just over 300,000. We've grown by 65,000 followers on there in the bear market, I think, or more. So you can go there, you can click on the link tree, and it's got all of these socials. We've got over 25 international language chats. So I'm in a few of those. If you speak Spanish, if you speak Portuguese, if you speak Vietnamese, doesn't matter, Italian, we've got a place for you in the Floki community where you can stay up to date with the project and just pick your poison, whichever one you like best. None's better than the other. All of the things that I've talked about today, you can verify, you can ask questions about to the moderators and the admins on those social media accounts, and that platform's there. So when Floki, right now, it's important to note this, I don't think I've shared this, we have 410,000 holders on DEX alone. That doesn't include like UOB where we're available, Bybit where we're available, those SEX accounts, the central exchange accounts, you know, those don't count in that number. So we have over 410,000 holders, and we have all these social platforms, like 40,000 in our TG right now. What happens when the next bull run comes and the Floki community becomes 1 million or 2 million or 4 million or 5 million? Those socials are all there. Our team's done a great job. The mod team has a lot to do with that. So shout out to those folks for building out these socials in a way that's very strategic. So yeah, man, come vibe with the Vikings. It's a hilarious place, man. I mean, to cut through all the bull crap, like, I mean, we post what we eat for dinner, of course, and pictures of our children. Like I said, the Floki babies that have come out, for those that are comfortable sharing that stuff. Some people are totally anon. It's crypto, right? But man, we vibe in there. The Vikings have I don't know, man. There's just something about, especially during a pump or when the bubble bot goes off, when a huge buy comes in. Yeah, it's a celebration 24/7. It's the happiest place in crypto during a bear market or a bull, and I hope that people will give it a try.
Oh, that's awesome, Cobra. It's been great for you joining us on WhaleCoin Talks for the Spaces today. Super exciting. We had you on Telegram in March, so in the last 6 months, there's so much more being added to the ecosystem. So it was a great name to call it today, the Floki ecosystem, because it's just grown so much each quarter and each year. You know, it just gets bigger and bigger, and I'm super excited for the community and the team going forward with Floki. Yeah, it's an amazing project, and yeah, I'm super excited, and it's a pleasure we can have you on the call today, Cobra.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. If you've got any more questions, I don't know if you guys take questions at the end of these. I'm an open book. Or if you're closing up, I would just say thank you for having us today. I really appreciate the platform. We as the Floki Vikings appreciate that. We have a story to tell, and it's an important story that has real world impact. And I hope you guys could glean that from the conversation today. And super grateful and appreciative that you guys reached out and gave us this opportunity.
Oh, thanks very much, Kobe. Unfortunately, we've got no hands up. We would normally maybe before they wouldn't get a chance to speak in a big flocky Twitter spaces, so no one put the hand up. But yeah.
Come on, man. We got to get like a win Binance or a win burn or something, don't we?
Oh, well, yeah, it's been great speaking to you today, Cobra. You take care, and thank you for taking the time out to talk to us today. It's super exciting for Flocky going forward, and take care. That's great.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. Cheers.